Hello, this video will be about legislators, so senators and representatives schedules during the session, when the session's ongoing, so you kind of have an idea of what they're doing, maybe potentially how hard they're working, and just how they go about their day during the session. So for about the first half of the session, the first few weeks, their schedule might look something like this: 8 a.m. committee meetings, 11 a.m. floor time, 2 p.m. more committee meetings. So in between this time will be used for other meetings with legislators and lobbyists, or members of the public, whoever they feel that they should be meeting with or want to meet with. It's also can obviously be used for lunch and breaks and things. There's often caucus meetings, so like meetings between the Senate Republicans or the Senate Democrats. And then for the first little bit, a lot of the committee meetings in the morning will be appropriations committees. We talked about them before a little bit. If you want to look at that in my other video about different types of committees. And so that'll be about how it goes for the first half of the session. In the second half, you see they'll get into more floor time. So they'll have 8 a.m. committee meetings, 11 a.m. floor time, 2 p.m. floor time, 4 p.m. committee meetings. So this just gives them, as you get later into the session, there's more bills that have to be on the floor and more to vote on, and so they add in more floor time here. And now there's even less time in between these things, um, so less time to meet with other people for legislators, less time to respond to constituent emails and messages, and they're usually at the Capitol a lot longer. Their committee meetings, when they start at 4, they can still last a very long time. There can be some controversial ones about some controversial issues. Uh, for example, there was one about uh, transgender athletes in sports that was in a committee meeting that started at 4 and it ended probably at 9 or so. So as you get later into the session, it's likely that legislators will be at the Capitol for even longer. And so here's just what the final day of the session will look like. The last week is pretty busy, um, but yeah, here's the final day. So they'll go 9 a.m. floor time, 2 p.m. floor time, 7 p.m. floor time, and that's likely to go close to midnight on the last day. That last week, it's likely that floor time will start at 7 p.m. and go till 10 or so, but that last night they will go to midnight or until they get everything done, which is likely before or likely after 11 p.m. if they're not going right up until midnight. Legislators will still probably be at the Capitol before 9 because that is the time now that they'll have to meet with people and do things. Otherwise, they're mostly on the floor or in meetings with their caucus, or with other legislators. So it's very busy the last week of the session as they're just trying to get through bills, voting on bills, and it is a very interesting time to be a part of and watch. So there's just an idea of kind of what their schedule's like. They do work pretty hard, at least most of them, and are very busy throughout the session. So there you go.